Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to RWBYM World of Blocks. Last time, we started down the artifice route of Thaumcraft. We started down this. We did the arcane lamp. We did the grappler, and we haven't made the diopter yet. We read through it. I should make this thing to see like the aura levels around this place. But yeah, the arcane grappler. This is kind of the most interesting thing out of the artifice tree, sadly. Although, from what I was looking at, it seems like some of the things in here might be useful for other things. I didn't realize there were fairies around here. Go away. Pixies, not fairies. But yeah, I was like looking through some things, and apparently there's something that unlocked in Oromancy because I now have artificery going. So apparently I did need to go down that to get some new things. But anyways, yeah, we just basically started up the artificery tree and did a few other Thaumcraft things, showed off this thing that I made, this little Thaumcraft hut. But not really much else happened last time. But between episodes, I got everything ready so that we could make the boots of the traveler in not Artifice Infusion. Boots of the Traveler. I now have everything set up to make this. Except I forgot to get the enchanted fabric, the boots, and the fish. But I have a whole bunch of Volatus in a jar and a whole bunch of Modus. And I also have a whole bunch of Precantatio and Ordo that I am going to need for the Advanced Foci. So we should now be able to make both of these. I just need to make a lesser focus and set everything up. I did already preemptively go ahead and change this thing up a little bit so that it now has the 6th thing so that we can build the Boots of the Traveler. And I did make sure this was symmetrical because the book did say something about making sure that was the case. Because otherwise this thing gets even more unstable. So that's all well and good. We're going to jump straight into those things. So let's start with the Boots of the Traveler, shall we? I need to go grab a pair of leather boots. I should have plenty of leather, that's no problem. The problem might be the fish. I don't know if I have any. Fish, just like a singular fish anywheres in any of these chests. I know I've seen fish in like loot chests, but I left every single fish I saw behind. And hold on. You drop calamari. That actually, ink sacs actually have water in them. Calamari can be turned into raw fish. That works perfectly. Might as well scan that so I have it scanned. So I have a fish. I just need to grab leather boots. 2 air things are over there already. Feathers are already over there. I carry leather on me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can just make the arcane fabric because it's already there. And the Boots of the Traveler will be very helpful. They'll be replacing the Fire Dancer charm, which is fine because I don't... this thing is useful for dragons. What are you? Woven cloth. Oh, you're from Pam's. What are you actually used for? Oh, you can make wool with it, or you can make leather stuff with it. Okay, kind of interesting. I didn't know that thing existed. But like so and so. I only need 2 of you. Why am I making 4? I should have put on this gear so that was cheaper, but whatever. So there's that. And Arcane Infusion. Yep, just need to grab a feather and make the boots and grab out 2 extra air crystals. Extra air, a feather, and let's make the boots. I need to make sure I have extras of some of this stuff just in case it like deletes something. Thankfully, I have extra fish, extra air. Extra boots aren't too rough. Just make 1 extra pair preemptively. And let's make 2 extra enchanted fabrics. If they don't get used up here, they'll get used elsewhere, so that's all fine. Excuse me. So, boots go in the middle. Know that one. Feather, I didn't need to make the extra boots. Those ones don't get deleted. Feather goes here. Enchanted fabric goes here and here. Air crystals go here, and thus the fish goes here. And where is my casting gauntlet? There it is. Don't put you away. You can get in there. And you all can go in there for right now, just so I have a little bit of inventory space. Start the infusion process. And now we just have to keep an eye on it. Can I, like, stand on top of this thing? Is that a good angle to see if anything gets popped off? It is. This should just take a moment, and hopefully it doesn't go to... Oh, I forgot to put down the volatus and the modus. That was almost bad. That could have gone poorly. Like, the longer this thing is running without actually starting up, the worse it gets. Oh, I hadn't actually properly started the thing. So everything is going in. I am glad I actually have these gauntlets now, because these goggles rather, because it's making it a lot easier to actually tell what's going on. It's looking like we're all good. This is negligible instability, so I don't think I even have to be super careful with this. It should just work fine. Although, I don't know that for certain, so I should keep some eye on it. This shouldn't take too long, and it's going pretty quickly, so it should be just another moment. Just 30 more modus to go in, and then everything else just gets sucked into the pair of boots, and it should be no problem. Eventually... I think we're good. And there we go, we have the boots of the traveler. These actually need to charge up for a little bit, so I can just do this. That will only take like a few moments to do so. But while we're waiting, I can get the other things going. I need a blank focus, which means I'm going to need Ordo, crystals, modus, metallum. Do I not have extra Ordo crystals hanging around in there? You know what? I don't have a whole lot of Ordo crystals, period. But anyways, to make an advanced foci, which is what I want to do right now, I need a blank focus, which is vitreous, mercantio, and aurum. I have that stuff in like jars and whatnot, but not in crystal form to like toss in. So these shrooms has magic. I can just toss in a shimmer leaf. Like, how much is this? To make you 10 magic, 5 aura. So a silverwood log gets the aura I need. Magic is a little bit tougher to get. It's only high value things more or less, except for Viz shrooms. Let me just... Oh, ender pearls actually have alien in them in quite a large number. So let me find some extra magic so I'm not using up too many extra resources and causing too much overflow. Sure, I have something somewhere. It's like an extra enchanted book or whatnot. Let me go gather the things I need real quick. Okay, so I actually made some Salus Mundus because it's pretty easy to make and it actually gives 5 magic, so I can just like throw in 2. Boop, boop. And then 1 silverwood log. And then 2 amber, which when thrown in with an Ordo crystal will get us a blank lesser focus. And it's not too much extra stuff left over in there, but let's just throw in the quartz slivers anyways. Grab some extra water to like try and get the rest of that stuff out of there. I don't want too much stuff making its way out of here and just like causing extra flux, so best to just use up whatever I can. You, and you can all go in there. Throw the quartz in there. And 1 extra herb being left behind is fine enough, I suppose. Anyways, you can go in there. You can go somewheres in here. I need to reorganize this. I upgraded to a diamond chest and now there's just a huge mess. But, that's fine. I'll deal with that later. So thus we now have the basic focus. We have 2 quicksilver on us. We need a diamond, which I have plenty of. And we need an ender pearl. Sadly, I only have the one, but we did find an enderman spawner last time. Let's break these and reorganize them. I am on the wrong thing. I want to make sure that everything remains... Don't do that. But I can pick you up now. I want to make sure that this remains as symmetrical as possible in all directions. So do that instead. Blank lesser focus. Quicksilver 1, Quicksilver 2. I am doing this the right way. Ender pearl to one side, diamond to the other. Ender pearl, diamond. This is a bit risky. I don't actually have any extra ender pearls. I only have extra quicksilver and diamonds. So if this fails, I'm going to have to very quickly stop the entire incantation, and hopefully it won't cause too much problem. But anyways, I should be able to start this up. Let's go. There's it said minimal, right? Minor instability, so it shouldn't be that bad, hopefully. That close enough? It is. Okay, I was like, I didn't see it popping up immediately, so I got a bit concerned. But this should be much smaller. It requires a whole lot less essentia. So just keep a close eye on it. Oh, what the heck? Quicksilver. Ooh, that's taint. Can I bucket this stuff? That has, like, that... How do I fix you? Let's pick up the pedestal. Okay, we got taint going on all of a sudden. But thankfully we don't have a taint seed or anything, so... Somewhat scary, but, it'll be fine. That's probably okay. Anyways, we have the blank advanced foci. Okay, it just needed to be crafted, it doesn't get used up. Lesser foci simply cannot carry patterns of any appreciable complexity. Discovering infusion has given me a new way of crafting, however, and I hope it will be able to help me solve the problem of creating foci intricate enough to carry complex patterns. Oh yeah, between episodes I did also do a whole lot of theory crafting, so we have a few levels of a lot of this stuff. But complete. By taking a lesser focus and infusing it with the malleability of quicksilver and the complex crystalline structure of diamonds and ender pearls, I've created an advanced focus with a lot more internal complexity. Blah, words are hard. Anyways, we now have a much stronger foci. Flux, we can also take a look at this. Hello there! Right on cue. Where did you even spawn? Ow. Ah, Geist. Why does it always have to be Geist? Oh yeah, at the end of last time there was a raid going on that I did not feel like dealing with, and apparently they just took care of themselves, because somehow all of the raiders just died on their own. You are being rude. Unless they somehow made it in and my guard actually took him out, that would be nice. Ha, gotcha. Anyways, Flux, let's continue on with Oromancy real quick. Although my boots are probably fully charged and we can test them out. Yeah, 240 charge. They're I mean, I was going to say they're weak armor, but technically they're better than what we currently have because these provide no armor. So we lose fire resistance. But supposedly... Oh yeah, even on their own, that's a pretty large speed boost. Although we can still definitely jump too high to take fall damage. So, combined with everything else, I somehow feel slower than I usually am. I don't know why. Like, I should be faster, but it feels weird. Like, that's my normal speed. Oh wait, no, I am faster. I don't know, it just felt weird for a minute there. So, I think with that, I might actually be more confident switching towards a different gear set. Like something with a little different, something different with like my current makeup, because everything is built towards like a more speed-based thing, a more speed-based build, blah. And now that we have the extra speed with the Boots of the Traveler, I would technically be fine switching to something that focuses on some strength rather than just pure speed. This is my max speed with everything maxed out. It's not actually as fast as I would have expected it to be, but my jump height is insane. Like, I can literally clear trees. So that's a nice improvement. Like, it's definitely strong. That also means that if I switch to the Predator mask instead, I would still have a speed boost, because that's not a potion effect. But anyways, definitely going to be keeping these around. We can switch back to this for right now. I don't need the extra speed. But although I don't really need fire resistance yet either. But anyways, I digress slightly. Flux. Using the elements as a weapon has its benefits, but raw magic can be just as destructive. Most creatures are harmed if exposed to raw unfiltered Vs. Even armor cannot protect you from this energy. So now we have the focus effect Flux. We can do exchange, break, heal. Exchange. While teleportation magic is beyond me at the moment, my studies of the permutatio aspect leads me to believe that I should be able to make physical objects swap positions. I should see if my theory holds any water. My theory has proven correct. By applying this pattern to a focus, I can use it to select a type of block in the world. I simply need to sneak while right-clicking on it. When I then cast the effect on most other blocks, it will exchange the target block for the one I selected earlier. Obviously, I must be carrying enough of the selected block for the exchange to happen, and the targeted block, or what it normally drops when broken, will appear in my inventory. It seems I cannot exchange particularly complex blocks or those that cannot be broken by normal means. Apart from the cost to cast it, it seems the Viz cost is also subtracted for each block exchanged. In this way, I should be cautious. Okay, so these are... Okay, so, like, change out a block for something else. Kind of interesting, kind of not too bothered with that right now. Breaking, I already have the CAD for. Heal could be good. Arcane Mine I am curious about, though. I need a tripwire hook. I have done some studies in creating constructs of pure arcane energy recently. Maybe I can apply what I learned. So I need a tripwire hook. We made a couple of those last time. They're not too difficult. So I just need you, and some sticks and oak, so that's fine. I forgot I left all of you in here. That stuff gets tossed in here. Let me deal with inventory real quick, because it's constantly an issue. Okay, tripwire hooks all set and good. I've dealt with inventory stuff. Arcane Mine, I'm actually no idea what this really is. I'm assuming it's some sort of trap I placed on the ground, though, but it required artifice. I can now create a quasi-physical construct of Viz that can hold focus effects in stasis until triggered. When created, this mine takes 2 seconds to arm. Once it is armed, any non-allied entity that gets close enough will cause the mine to dissipate, releasing the stored effects towards the triggering entity. The mine can be set to trigger on friendlies instead of creatures and neutral creatures. Instead of enemies and neutral creatures, blah. Okay, so mine makes sense. We could do planning, which does a thing probably. Sure, why not? We'll look at this. I have learned to manipulate blocks in the world with a foci effects such as exchange, but their practical use is a bit limited. I should discover a way to fine-tune exactly which blocks I can apply such foci effects to. I have designed a medium pattern that will allow me to plan which blocks I manipulate. This medium works much like touch, except I will be shown a ghostly outline of which blocks will be manipulated. The range is also much greater, 16 blocks. By pressing the focus modified key, G by default, I can alter the size of the area. By pressing Ctrl G, I can alter the axis in which the size will be changed. The medium has 2 modes of operation, which I can select between when I add it to a focus. Full and surface. Full mode affects all possible blocks that match the size, while surface mode will only affect blocks that have an exposed side. The focus medium cannot be used in combination with any other mediums. Okay, so that's like area of effect, I assume. So, like, area of effect with, like, build would be pretty decent, but not super effective for weapons. Workbench charger and Viz amulet. I had wanted to save Oromancy because I had looked at the Viz amulet before, and it lets you store Viz on you, and that can be immediately used to charge up some things you're carrying. I wanted to get a hold of that. So, I guess... hello there, Ursa Major. Oh, hello, there's two of you, and you have a lot of health. Bye. I need to light the area up around here a little bit better. But, yeah, I want to very quickly get the Viz amulet, because that will be helpful too, but I think I'm going to need more paper. So, I'm going to go sleep and make it daytime, and then I'm going to gather as much of this stuff and make as much paper as I can, because I'm more or less out of it. And then I'm going to do some theory crafting until we can get some Oromancy going. So, that's just going to take me a little bit. I'll see you in another moment. Okay, I got a couple levels. It didn't take me too long. I have a whole bunch of like random artifice things. I did end up, I used focus research, but I clicked on the wrong one for like 2 attempts. So I had to do it a couple more times using the actual one I wanted to use. But eventually I got it. It didn't take too long, and we can now make the Viz amulet. If I wish to recharge my Viz storage items, I currently need to return to the nearest recharge pedestal, or carry one of them around. This is not always convenient, however. I must find a portable way to recharge my items. I have crafted an amulet capable of channeling Viz from the aura, allowing me to recharge items in the field when it is worn. The amulet will only recharge items located in your hotbar, baubles or armor slots, in that order. It will only recharge items that can normally be recharged in a recharge pedestal. Okay. That's kind of expensive. Like, the crystals are kind of nothing. The Viz Resonator is nothing. The Mundane Amulet, I think I even have an extra one. So, none of that stuff is too scary. The problem lies in... well, not really the aura or the potential. Those are kind of easy. Vacuos is actually pretty simple too. Like, I can get all that stuff. I could make this thing right now. But the instability high scares me, considering we already have some blocks. Oh, that's actually cleared itself up. So we can make this thing real quick. Viz Resonator. That's pretty simple, right? That's an iron plate and a piece of quartz, which I should already have both laying around. So and so gets us you. And then we need one of every crystal but the Perditio. So again, rather simple. Just grab out all of you. Grab out the extra pedestals. I should just do this, actually. I'm not going to be making anything in the workbench for a second. Grab out my pickaxe. Make sure everything is symmetrical again. This is the best way I have to make 6 things symmetrical. It's not perfect, but it is symmetrical around this axis. Axis, blah. It was like so. I was about to start tossing things on there. How am I going to collect all that vacuous? Potentia and Aurum. Aurum is simple. That's in Silverwood, and I have a whole bunch of the stuff. Or, I say a whole bunch, like a decent amount of it. So that's actually like 10 of you, and I'm just going to need to put the extra Aurum in something. Actually, I should use Shimmerleaf instead. Like, that actually has Potentia too. So, 5 of you will get me 50 Aurum and 25 Potentia. That's actually all the Aurum. I just need a bunch more Potentia and Vacuos. Vacuos is in chests. It's in droppers. It's in dispensers. It's in furnaces, and I believe chests too. I just need to double check that one by attempting to make one. Chests don't have anything in them, because oakwood planks also have nothing in them. That's a bit of a weird one. Like, I feel like that should actually be a decent source of the thing. And furnaces have none. Oh, flux flu. Great. Where's my sanity checker? I'm not actually getting that bad with it yet. I guess there's just a lot of flux in the air right now. But, okay, I can check it, but I don't actually know how to regain sanity, which might be an issue. I don't think I've necessarily done anything right now that would cause that to happen too heavily. Oh, but how am I going to get all that vacuous? There's a lot of stuff to go through first, and I just keep collecting so much extra Terra that I'm not using. Let me try and find a better source of vacuous real quick. And then let's see about it, because that's the major issue here, plus the instability. So let me find a better source of vacuous. Never mind, found it. Vacuous. It's the only thing in bowls. And it's actually a decent amount. How much did I need? I need 50, so I just need to melt down 10 bowls. I'm going to need a few more jars. Going to need to melt down 5 shimmer leaves. Right, it's 5 of you. What did I do with the rest of them? Yeah, 5 shimmer leaves will get me some of the, will get me all of the aura. It will get me some herba that I'm going to store away, and a chunk of the potentia. And then 10 bowls will get me all of this I need, so I just need to make a couple more of you. Again, pretty simple. Bowls aren't exactly super expensive. There's that. 2 of those. I only need to melt down 10, so you 2 can go in there. And then I need to find what is the best source of potentia that's not going to use up isn't going to give me too much of anything else. I feel like I should already have one for potentia, but I don't see it immediately. Oh, no. So, potentia. Obviously, that's in, like, coal in a decent amount. Yeah, I'll just start storing ignis, too, actually. That's not a bad idea. So, yeah, I'm going to melt down some coal, I'm going to melt down bowls, and I'm going to melt down shimmerleaf. I'm just going to need to grab a few more jars. I already have one, and it's not going to take me too long to get others. So, inventory management continues to not be my forte. Let me go through this whole process real quick of just melting down stuff. I know what I'm melting down, it's just going to take me a couple minutes. Okay, so I had all my measurements out perfectly, and then I'm not entirely sure what the rate of it is, but there is some amount of, I don't know what the right word is, but whatever it says you're going to get out of it, like if I put in 64 ignis crystals, I'm likely only going to get like 40 or 50 ignis in a jar once I pull it out. It's a bit weird, so I'm not entirely sure where the loss is, but there is some amount of loss somewheres. But anyways, how is the crystal supposed to lay out? I'm not sure if this order actually matters, but just in case it does, I want to be careful with it. Air, fire, water, earth, ordo. Pretty simple. Air. Avatar. Just follow the avatar. Air, fire, earth, water, ordo. Earth. Water. Ordo. I think I followed that correctly. Oh wait, no! Hold on, that's not the avatar order. Duh. Even if I had done it correctly, it still wouldn't have been the avatar order. Avatar order. Blah, that's not how the avatar cycle goes. I should make an extra Viz resonator just in case that one gets deleted, and I need to grab out the amulet anyways. So you and you makes one of these. I don't have the right crystals in here, so I can't currently make it. All of you get drawn back out and get in the hotbar instead. And thus we have our full setup ready. Amulet goes in the middle. We grab out this. And this is one I'm going to have to keep a very close eye on because this is very unstable. So hopefully this will work out too badly and you have gained a temporary warp. Ordo instantly destroyed one of the crystals. Thankfully I have a lot of backups for this stuff. Dangerously unstable, and I'm standing right on it. That's probably not good. This thing might just explode. I'm not sure if this thing does explode. It will probably start like zapping me again, though. Okay, so we're over halfway there. Come on, just keep getting rid of the... Not the Ordo one, actually. That's the one I have the least of to replenish. Ow! Air. Water. It's definitely starting to go boom. Come on! Aha! That was very, very dangerous, but it worked out just fine. We have a little bit left over of all of this stuff, but like not a whole lot. And we just have the Viz Amulet. I don't know if I have to charge this thing on its own, or if it will just recharge over time while I'm wearing it. No idea. So toss that on. Doesn't say it needs a charge of its own, but I can, yep, double check it, and we're all good. That will just slowly recharge things I have on me, I'm assuming, as long as they're in a couple of specific spots. Yep, all well and good. So, there we go. We have a cool new amulet. We have that. And I made the advanced focus and have yet to use it. Is there any other things I would like? I could attempt making the heal or the break thing for right now, but I'm going to hold off on that. I think I want to do something that's just like pure magic. So we have Self Bolt is very short range. We're probably going to be the best. Projectile is very slow. So yeah, Bolt is short range, sadly. It uses Potentia. I think I have an extra Potentia crystal already. And then I think I want to do Flux. This effect conjures raw, unfocused fizz that disrupts living and dead creatures. This energy cannot interact with inanimate objects, but it does bypass mundane armor. So a bolt of flux power. I have 2 Vidium, so that works. Experience I forgot about. Complexity, Viz cost, Viz per cast. Okay. So max out the power as much as possible. It maxes out at 5. I can't actually make this any better, sadly. And I don't think there's anything else I could do instead. Ow. So I need to get a single experience level. Hey, look! A source of experience. Get back here. As long as I don't break my sword, it won't use experience to do this. Come on, get down here. Why am I not jumping very high right now? I have a lot of jump boost. How much experience do you give me? I just need a single level. Get back down here. Ha! There we go. Good. We're good. Flux. Start crafting. 205 Viz cost. Huh. Why aren't you working now? Let's put on the suit. All of you can go back in here because I don't need you anymore. Let's grab out the thaumaturge robes. I had meant to put an armor stand in here. I knew I was forgetting something. But this, on a blank thing, it is called Flux. Is per cast. I forgot to grab the Potentia and Vidium crystals. That's why it's not working. Potentia actually have a decent amount of Vidium. And there's a raid. Can we go through an episode without a raid, please? And Vidium and Potentia I have. Why aren't you working, actually? Huh? Can you start crafting, please? Bolts. Flux. Max out the power as much as possible, and start crafting. What was that noise? Why aren't you working? Interesting, this is being weird. Let me try and figure this out real quick. Okay, so I'm going ahead to make the Thaumic Dioptra, the thing that's supposed to read local aura levels. Okay, that's local flux. Ooh, it's like a full-on topography map. That's what it was talking about. I'm assuming it's centered around us. So we can see that we're are now in an area of very low viz, which we can actually tell based on this thing. That's the problem we're running into. That's why this thing isn't working. I've used up all of the local viz, which is kind of a bad thing. Like, I kind of need that for magic, and I still don't fully know how to recharge the local energy levels. Oh yeah, I can switch this to look at flux, and you can see low viz, high flux, at least comparatively. I know there's a way to recharge flux. What is it called? The words are hard. I think if I were to try doing some flux crystal farming, I could maybe recharge it a little bit better by growing things. So it might be worth it to make an order crystal growth. Seeds, Salus Mundus, Vitreous, Vinculum, Ordo, and yeah, I already have most of that stuff. I could start growing crystals, and I might do that. Maybe not right now. I'll start doing that between episodes. For right now, we need an area with a little bit higher the viz. I ended up using my thing. I also dealt with most of a raid. There's another one missing. But if I were to grab this thing, place it down, it still retains everything, right? Yes, okay. So if I grab this thing and bring the table with me, I need 205, I believe it was what it was, to make the bolt thing. I can start running around. 197 over here. 197 in this area still. Keep running. Hope 244 here. 265. Okay, so I can then run over and grab the thing as well, the other one. And if I bring it over to that table, we should have all the viz we require. I did go ahead and I was like messing with some things, and I changed up the... There it is. So there's 265. I did change this a little bit. So I tested things. I turned it to projectile with high speed to seacostile instead. So... And I think I'm fine with this instead. Like, I maxed out the complexity. It's pretty fast. It's strong power, and it will seek out enemies. Start crafting. Can that thing reach me? The answer is definitely yes. And I don't actually have any of my good armor and whatnot on right now. Grimbane is, I think, my best available weapon at the moment, and it's going to take a while to kill it. That's all set up. Don't actually need this armor on. Switch to you instead. Hello, friend. That was a big mistake. Let me get out of here, please. I have no aura, so I can't exactly just start flying around like I want to. Grimbane and Dudanuki. Fine then. You wanted this fight, Knuckle-Levy. I'm gonna finish it. I'll see you when this thing is dead and we can test out our new toy. I managed to launch it into the lava pits. And oh boy, was that not as easy as it thought it was going to be. But that thing's just gonna burn to death. I'm fine with that. I managed to do like over 1,000 damage. Whatever. And thus we now have the flux shot. And used up a decent amount of aura in the area. So this thing, for some reason, didn't immediately get put into the... Why aren't you going in the focus pouch? It should have automatically went in there. I don't know why it wasn't. But anyways, we can grab the caster gauntlet and switch to flux shot. I can't actually tell if it's very effective on you. Like, that thing's burning in lava and it's getting that instead. So we'll have to go test this out on a different proper opponent. But let's grab you. I said let's grab... I have something in my offhand, so I can't do this. Let's grab you. We're going to move this over. It's just easier doing this than it is picking up all of the crystals that fall out when I break it. Words are hard. Anyways, let's go test out our new ability. Hopefully this works pretty effectively on Grimm, but I have no idea how well it's going to do. supposed to bypass armor, and it's supposed to do decent damage. So it did 8 damage to a pig. That is not super exciting. And the damage only maxed out at 5, which is a bit sad. It's a very long cooldown time. It technically does... Actually, it technically does less damage than fire. Fire does damage over time, plus the normal amount. This is longer range, however. I can sort of just fire in and it will actually curve to hit things, although it's not super precise, it doesn't look like. So once again, Auramancy seems very cool and it has some cool effects, but when put into practice, it ends up falling a little bit flat. So, some sad news there, but hey, we're trying out new things, we're figuring out how they work. The Viz Amulet, the Boots of the Traveler, oh, those actually don't have a lot of durability. I didn't realize that. But the Boots of the Traveler, the Cloud Jumper, the Verdant Heart Charm, and the Viz Amulet, those are very helpful utility things, and they're going to be very helpful in a fight, especially against a giant Nevermore. Sadly, it appears that Auramancy is not going to be super helpful in that front. Maybe some of the other infusion stuff? Purifying bath salts, that's new. Sanity soap. Okay, there's the sanity stuff I was after. Essentia tubes. I also want to get to Essentia distillation. I want to get to Essentia centrifuges and smelters. Like, all of this stuff will help me get to some of the stuff I need a little bit faster. So I need to finish up metallurgy. That's just going to take a thaumium. Magic, earth, and whatever. You know what? We're getting on in time, but it's only going to take me a few moments to make thaumium to continue on with this. So I want to do that real quick, just so we can finally get metallurgy done, because it's been on that stage forever. Okay. Thaumium is really very simple. I've just been putting it off for a while. Thaumium ingot. There we go. This thing has some uses. In some... Yeah, you can just use it for, like, basic armor and tool crafting recipes. Remember that much. Like, that's in every version of Thaumcraft, I think. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, magical metallurgy. I think I've already read this out a couple of times, so we're not going to. For now, my studies are complete, but who knows what other wondrous discoveries I will make in the future. Yeah, you can just use that for thaumium tools. I think they're slightly better than iron, but not amazing. But then we can do metal purification and Essentia smeltery once we have the Essentia tubes all down pat. There's some good stuff in there. Like, thaumium has some amount of magic, but not a whole lot of it. Salus Mundus is just going to be better. I should remake this, though. I end up using it for the Dioptra. So like so, gets me a new thermometer. Scan that real quick. Okay, Viz is very slowly on the mend in this region. It's starting to go up. Still much higher in some areas around us, though. But, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. Huh. Interesting, that could be cool. Anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I don't know, we're still exploring Thaumcraft. I think it's getting to the point where, like, nothing really left in here is going to be a huge help to us in any way. Like, I think we found all of the tools that are actually effective against the, infusion stabilization. Ooh, if I get Vidium and Redstone, I can stabilize infusion, I can boost infusion. Well done, that could be cool. Elemental tools. Okay, if I make a full set, I can get cool stuff. If I make the... Ooh, I could just do Fortress Armor now. Fortress Armor faceplates. Ooh, there's some cool stuff in here. I don't think I really care about the armor. I'm going to stick with my current stuff. But this pathway, once... Yeah, it would only take me a moment to make all of the armor things. We'll look in fusion enchantments later, but I think we're probably approaching what we're going to end up doing with Thaumcraft. I think, like, there's not my main focus right now is just getting equipment and tools and weaponry and whatnot that's going to be helpful on taking down Big Bird over there. And I know we have some major headway in that regard, like the extra double jumps and the extra speed from Boots of the Traveler so that we can actually effectively get up there. That's all helpful. Sadly, the ranged abilities from this mod aren't super helpful. So, can't fully, like, fight it, like, long ranged. Unless there's... Hold on, do I have Step Assist? Hold on. Oh yeah, the Boots of the Traveler do that, don't they? I forgot about that fact. Step Assist is nice. Auto Jump is bad. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody.